Ever wondered why we have 10 fingers and 10 toes? Is it just a coincidence, or is there some secret math magic at work? Let's dive into the fascinating world of numbers and see what we can discover. Imagine, if you will, a world where everything is a number. Trees are numbers, animals are numbers, even the air we breathe is made up of numbers. Now, this might seem a bit strange, but it's actually not far from the truth. Everything in our world, from the smallest atom to the largest galaxy, can be described using numbers. So, what are numbers? Well, at their most basic, numbers are symbols that we use to represent quantities. For example, if you have 2 apples and you eat one, you're left with 1 apple. That's simple enough, right? But numbers can get a lot more complicated than that. Take the number 0, for instance. 0 is a very special number because it represents the absence of quantity. If you have no apples, you have 0 apples. 0 is also the only number that you can't divide by. Try it and you'll end up with something that mathematicians call undefined. Now, let's talk about negative numbers. Negative numbers are less than 0. They might seem a bit weird, but they're actually really useful. For example, if you owe someone $5, you could say that you have negative $5. What about fractions? Fractions are numbers that represent parts of a whole. If you cut an apple into 4 equal parts, each part is 1/4 of the apple. And then there are decimals. Decimals are just another way of representing fractions. For instance, 1/2 is the same as 0.5. Lastly, we have imaginary numbers. Imaginary numbers are numbers that we can't visualize on the number line, but they're still very important in mathematics, especially in fields like engineering and physics. So, to sum up, numbers are everywhere. They're in the food we eat, the air we breathe, and the stars we see at night. They're simple and complex, real and imaginary, positive and negative. They're a language that helps us understand and describe the world around us. Remember, 0 is a special number that represents absence and can't be divided by. Negative numbers are less than 0 and represent debt or loss. Fractions and decimals are ways of representing parts of a whole. And imaginary numbers, while they can't be visualized, are important in advanced mathematics. So next time you look around, try to see the world in numbers. It's a fun and fascinating exercise that can help you understand the world in a whole new way. After all, numbers are not just symbols on a page, they're a key to understanding the universe.